Hey guys, I'm Sean from Nolt's Power Equipment here in Pennsylvania. Today we have an exciting video. We're going to do a walk around on the brand new release from KIOTI, the ZXD. It's our diesel zero turn. Let's take a look. Hey, thanks for checking out the video today, guys. We are excited about the ZXD from KIOTI. We've been talking about this machine for some time now. We've made some posts. We've said some things out there that it was coming, and it's finally here. We have 61-inch and a 72-inch option from KIOTI. Something that we're excited about because we can compete now with the likes of the Kubota ZD series or the John Deere Z-Track, or Bobcat has a diesel zero turn. There's a couple other brands out there that have some diesel zero turns that we weren't able to compete with, and now we finally have a machine that we think is going to do very well up against those machines. So the KIOTI ZXD, it's available in a 61-inch or a 72-inch option. We've got both here and available, and there's some really awesome things about this machine that we're going to go over today. So let's keep going. The KIOTI ZXD diesel zero turn offers, like I said, a 61 or 72-inch cut deck, which is mounted to arguably one of the most comfortable mowing platforms in its class. It's got a heavy-duty frame, semi-pneumatic front casters, rubber isolated 3-inch suspension seat, and an articulating front axle. So you can run this machine on pretty gnarly terrain for hours and not feel like you've been in a car accident. So I mentioned the seat. We'll talk about it a little bit more here, kind of show you what it is about this seat that allows it to make the machine so comfortable. Start off with just the leather. It is a premium leather seat, so it's not going to dry out on you. It's not going to crack or break like some other machines that are out there. The armrests are here, and they're actually useful. There's a number of machines that we sell that have armrests, and as you're mowing, you tend to kind of lean forward and lift your arms up off. But the way they've designed the handles, you can actually sit, lean back in the seat, nice and comfortable, have your arms on the armrests, and be able to drive the mower both forwards, backwards, turning, and again with your arms resting on the armrest. It seems simple, but it's a very nice feature. So similar to the other zero turns from KIOTI, you do have the suspension adjustment dial here on the front of the seat. Those numbers across there, that corresponds to your weight, so you can adjust the seat based on each individual operator's weight. The other thing that helps make this seat so comfortable are the rubber isolators that sit on each corner of the seat underneath where it attaches to the frame. So what that allows it to do is absorb a lot of that impact, a lot of that vibration before it even gets to the point where you need to get to the cushion of the seat or the suspension. Again, rubber isolators on each corner of the seat really help absorb some of that impact on rough terrain. So here at the front of the machine, we do have this articulating front axle, which is huge for allowing the machine to stay on all four wheels as you're on some uneven terrain. There's a pivot point here in the center that, like I said, allows the axle to go left and right. You do have LED headlights, and then we mentioned those semi-pneumatic casters on the front. So casters, tires, wheels, it's all kind of the same idea, but the point is there is no air in these. It is a solid tire, caster, wheel, whatever you want to call it. The point is you're not going to have a flat tire. Let's talk really quick here about some of the controls that you have on this zero turn. To the right of the operator seat, you do have your deck height selector, so it allows you to raise or lower your cutting height by half-inch increments. Obviously, your throttle control is over here, your ignition switch is over here, and then your PTO engagement. To the left of the operator seat, you do have a backlit screen that's going to show you a couple different things. Things like your oil temperature, your fuel gauge is on here, your hour meter, your voltage meter. There's just a couple other lights and things in here that will alert the operator to any attention that needs to be given to different aspects of the mower. Couple of controls here on the floor in front of you. You do have the parking brake in the center, and then the up and down foot controls for your mower deck. I mentioned earlier that the mower deck does raise and lower hydraulically, so these two pedals here are what's going to allow you to do that. To engage your parking brake, push down on the brake itself and then lock it into place with the other pedal that's there. When it comes time to take the parking brake off, simply press down on the brake and it will disengage the lock. You'll see the handle here directly under the seat. When you pull up on that handle, it gives you access to some important things whenever it comes to maintaining your machine. This is a shaft-driven mower, so everything coming from the powertrain of the mower to the mower deck is through a PTO shaft. There's a gearbox here in the center, which then you'll see the idler pulleys and the belts and everything that allow that make the blades actually spin. But everything from the powertrain to that gearbox is a PTO shaft. A couple fuses, as well as your fuel filter, sit up here. You'll see the two lines coming into the fuel filter. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But once again, a lot of what KIOTI focuses on is making these machines easy to service, easy to maintain. And once again, they've done a great job with that on this machine. All right, we've made our way to the back of the machine, the heart and the soul of the engine. It is a 1.2 liter, 3-cylinder KIOTI diesel engine. KIOTI actually makes this engine. Daedong is the parent company of KIOTI. They design and manufacture these engines. It's one of the things that we're proud to be able to say about KIOTI that a lot of brands can't still say, is that KIOTI, or the manufacturer of the machine itself, still makes the engine. To access the engine compartment, there's a lever here at the top. Unlatch that and the hood opens right up. It is connected here so that you don't have to worry about that flopping around. But similar to the tractors that we sell from KIOTI, everything that you need to regularly maintenance and service your machine is all right here. So your radiator screens are easy to get to and clean out every so often. You do have air filters. Your fuel filter was up front. You do have your oil filter back here, your engine oil dipstick. Everything that, again, like I said, everything that you're going to need as you're putting thousands of hours on your diesel zero turn commercially to maintain and keep up with is all right here and easy to access. The fuel tanks, we'll talk about the fuel tanks here on the side really quick. There are 2 fuel tanks on this machine. It's a little over 17 gallons of fuel capacity, so you can run this machine all day long and not have to stop for refuel. Those 2 hoses up front that we were talking about, on a lot of these mowers that have 2 fuel tanks on the side, you'll see a switch kind of behind the seat or somewhere else that allow you to choose either the left tank or the right tank or both. KIOTI did design this mower to automatically pull from both tanks at the same time. That's what you saw those 2 hoses coming in there for. So there's not a switch on this one to choose left, right, or middle. It'll automatically pull evenly from both sides. Alrighty, well, there's only so much that we can talk about a diesel zero-turn mower. It's time to put the machine to the test. I do have to be honest, some of the footage you're gonna see here in a second was not obviously recorded today. I work at a place where when we get new machinery, we all have keys. We like to jump on and give it a test drive. So if you walk around our 20+ acres of property here at Noltz, you're gonna find that there's not a single blade of uncut grass at this point. Between the zero turns that we've gotten in, as well as the new Batwing mowers from Ironcraft, we have been testing a lot of these machines, getting a handle on them, getting used to running them, learning the ins and outs of them. So unfortunately, I can't really jump today and go mow. I have some footage of the guys over the last couple days mowing, so we're gonna cut to that. I'll tell you some of the things that we've liked, some of the things that we've learned, some of the things that we've experienced as we've run this machine. So enjoy, guys. If you've been to our location here in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, as you pull into the driveway, there's a field to the left. It's a 4-acre piece of land that came with the property that when we first moved in, we have a video out actually of when we did this, but we had to bring some flail mowers out. There was some rotary cutters. It was overgrown. It was weeds. It was a mess. So we've since come in, we've completely plowed out the field, brought in some disc harrows, replanted the field. So we did our best to even this out, but this is still a work in progress as far as an area to go out and test mowers, test equipment, that sort of deal. And one big thing, one of the reasons we ran it out here was we wanted to see how this mower could handle some of the rough terrain. I talked in the walk around about how well it does with rough terrain, so we wanted to give it a spin. We're talking tire tracks out here. There's groundhog holes. There's ruts. It is by far not a smooth piece of ground. You can kind of even see that here in this shot. And we were more than impressed with how well the mower does between the seat, like I said, and the walk around, that articulating axle. The machine does a very good job of absorbing a lot of that impact. We do have some other areas back behind the building that you see here, where we do have some more established grass areas to be able to show that the machine does stripe well. It does mow well in more residential situations. So if you're a commercial guy who's got some lawns to mow, that sort of deal, we wanted to be able to show what it could do, not just in a field beside the building. So it does mow well, it does stripe well. We were impressed with that. Besides just the durability of the machine and the cutting, the way that it cuts, we were impressed. We've talked about this before with KIOTI, but the way they built the machine, it's all high quality metal, it's all very high quality welds, everything is solid, everything stayed true, despite here, you'll see in this shot, where I, out in one of the bumpiest parts of the property, just go handles full forward as fast as this thing can go and just plow across the field. So at 11 miles an hour, flying through the field over every bump, the machine held together. It did very well. You'll even see, I mean, there's some bouncing around here, but from the driver's seat, it did not feel even as bouncy as it looks. So couple of our takeaways: the machine does very well on the tough terrain that we said that it would do well on. It does very well on tough terrain. It cuts very well. It stripes even without some of the striper kits or roller bars on it, and it's built fantastic. It's a very solid built machine. And then the speed, like I mentioned, it will mow up to 11 miles an hour, which for a guy that has a smaller zero turn at home is faster than I ever feel comfortable mowing. But some of you guys are used to zipping around. So hey, if you have interest in a ZXD, give us a call, 717-423-6300. Check out our website, noltspower.com, or again, give us a call, 717-423-6300. Thanks for watching, guys.